Alright, as an excuse to use my new mount here, this new thing for the cell phone, this will make TikTok videos and whatnot a little easier to do with this kind of stuff. But what I want to do is kind of get a look at here, the Man-at-Arms. And the reason I want to use this is to kind of test the mount out and see how this works and everything like that. So I can start getting these close shots when we want to talk about the characters and kind of point out details and things like that. I think this will really help some of the inserts. So first off, right off the bat, we already know this is the part that I'm keeping. This right here. In terms of the other characters that we see on the box, however, he's probably the next major thing that I want to get. But I actually have an Orko lined up that I believe I'm going to get before I get a Beastman. I have a Beastman that I prefer right now, and I'm not necessarily in a rush to get another one. So let's unpack this guy, because I want to see this guy. I want to see him in all of his mustache glory. So here he is, Man-at-Arms. He's solid for what he's worth, but that armor is kind of wonky. I'll say I prefer this armor on the Masterverse sculpt, but for what it's worth, it's solid. It is cool. It is well done, and it is an old feel character by far. I mean, it's an old feel character in the mustache alone, let alone the fact that he's got this armor the way it is and everything like that. Not bad. Not bad at all for the kind of character that he is, for the kind of character he's meant to be. So let's talk a little bit about that character in general. So Man-at-Arms is cool for the same reason that Rumble is cool. It's cool to see an older character who is not automatically relegated to parents or elders are incompetent or whiny old guy or something of that nature. It's nice to see characters that are older that are just characters, because let's be honest, that doesn't happen very often. In fact, it's not very common at all, depending on what it is you choose to be into. Let me move over a little bit. Let's say, for instance, you're a fan of anime. Okay, Dragon Ball Z has Roshi as an old guy. That's it. That's your choice. You have like incompetent Roshi, or you can like be a big fan of like Bulma's dad. It's not done very well. Oftentimes, older characters, especially in something like anime, are rough characters. They're bad characters for what it's worth, which is one of the reasons I honestly like Man-at-Arms, because he stands out as an older character who's wise, that's had his adventures, who's done what he's done, and is now relegated himself to his job, his personal life and interests, which would be inventing and playing around with technology and things of that nature, and of course, being a father. That is a first and foremost thing for him, is that he is a father. He takes care of his kid. He loves his child, and that's the kicker on top of it, until the current retcon, where it seems to be that they're making it so that he was always Teela's dad. Teela was his adopted daughter, and that was really special. It was really important. I'm really hoping that what I saw in Revelation, I got to go back and watch it again, because I prefer that Teela be adopted. It gives a credibility to him that is phenomenal. And also, it normalizes the idea that children can and should be adopted. They deserve a right to live every bit the same as anybody else. And the system is strangely kind of lopsided in that aspect. Everybody wants to have a kid, not necessarily adopt a kid. And it's funny to me how we play that off, but we don't normalize it. We don't normalize it. And this character normalizes that idea, that it's fine. It makes you no different. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. And I like that idea, even though I'm not necessarily getting it out the way I want. I'm not articulating my thoughts the way I'd like to. I know that Teela being adopted and having an adoptive father, and a single father at that, is fantastic. it is fantastic because you don't view them any differently than any other father-daughter relationship at all. And his integrity shines through on that idea all the time. And it makes him a wise mentor character who cares and is a teacher at the forefront of who he is. He takes care of people. He teaches people. He's interested in science and development and understanding. And he has great empathy. And everything about Man-at-Arms is amazing. It's straight up Dad-at-Arms. 100%. This is Dad-at-Arms, right down to his epic dad mustache. And that is one of the reasons that I've taken to this character the way I have, because I really like Man-at-Arms. I like him for multiple ideas. I like him that he's a respectable older character. I like him that he is wise and he is mentor, but he's never pushed and relegated to be necessarily a joke. I like that he has an adoptive daughter and that she's no different than if he'd had the kid himself. Everything about this man is straight up integrity at arms, and I love that about him. And it makes him a wonderful character on his own, but makes him even more cool if you just look at him in a fantasy barbarian nature. That what he is he learned to take technology and cross it with the world that he lived in, and he's a formidable force with lasers and armor and that mace, and who knows what that thing actually does in terms of the stories that you want to tell. And this helmet thing, this is crazy. Everything about his design is absolutely solid and absolutely cool. Like this, is that a breathing apparatus? I don't know. Could be. Maybe he can do all kinds of crazy things because of this. Maybe it filters gas and like pushes it. I don't have no idea. It's cool, but it opens up storytelling ideas and concept designs on his look alone. And then what Filmation did with him brings his personality and everything to the front in a way that's undeniable and makes him special and cool. And if you don't have a Man-at-Arms, you should have a Man-at-Arms. That's the way. He is a really cool character. He is a really cool design. He is a really cool figure, and I'm really happy to just add him to my shelf. And I think that he's going to go on the shelf to fight the Lords of Power Beastman, because why not, right? That looks cool. He's got like the robot pieces and everything to him, so he's got strength enhancement, and he's got his mace, and the monster comes at him, and he's like able to deal with it because of all these enhancements. That's cool. That's awesome. And that also offers him intelligent ingenuity to look at the parts that he wasn't able to add up to and then design things to do things for him that he would need to be done. Absolutely solid character. Absolutely solid design. Absolutely cool. Man-at-Arms on the shelf. Happy about it. And there's much more stuff to open, so get out of here.